Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll help the channel out and it'll get you more videos like this. Let's get to it. And our first one comes from Secure Average 7483. Am I, a 29-year-old female, wrong for telling my sister, a 31-year-old female, that she is not entitled to my boyfriend, a 31-year-old male? This will come off as a bit of a rant because it is. I have an older sister that was always considered the chosen one in my family. I was always treated as an afterthought. Not too badly, but the difference in treatment was noticeable. Think about things like pocket money, extracurricular activities, tuition support. I was always given the leftovers of leftovers because she needed all of these things more than I did. I moved out at 19, and it was not pretty. I was couch surfing for almost a year while working two jobs, one full-time, one part-time. And the whole ordeal had a lasting impact on me but because it was still better than staying at home, so I'd do it again. Anyways, while my sister was in high school, she had a crush on my now boyfriend. She tried a lot of manipulative tactics to get his attention, but he never cared for her. When I asked him about it, he just said that her whole mannerism was off-putting for him. After the rejection, my sister went a bit off the rails. She did complete her degree, but after graduation, she had two kids in quick succession. I think there's around a year difference between them. Different fathers, of course, but I neither know nor care for the exact details. I started working as a server at a local restaurant that was owned by a relative of my boyfriend. That's how I got to know him, but nothing happened between us at the time. Then the virus came. After about 3 years, the restaurant went under, but the owner of the restaurant helped me get into a paid accounting internship, so I did end up a lot on the street. So I did not end up on the streets. I was studying to become an accountant, whenever I could afford to, anyways. When I asked my parents for help, they just told me to suck it up. At my new job, I met my boyfriend again because he has a small business. He's an electrician by trade. Ooh, he's doing it the right way, where you get the skill, and then you open up your little business, and then you make a lot of money, and then you retire. Smart man. But back to it. And our company does its finance stuff as well. We started dating about 2 years ago. I was living with roommates at the time, so I ended up moving into his place. At this point, I was really low contact with my family, but somehow my sister figured out that we are together. She called me and told me that he belongs to her. Okay, calm down. Nobody belongs to anybody, Skippy. But back to it. And that I sabotaged her relationship in high school, and everything bad that happened to her since is essentially my fault. She convinced our parents about this as well. I told her that she's not entitled to anyone. I will not deny that I used some expletives while doing so. I blocked her everywhere, but then my parents started to lambaste me for being such a terrible daughter and sibling, and they also told me that I should just admit that I was behind my boyfriend and my sister not working out back then. Jeez, your parents are real pricks. Again, back to it. My boyfriend told me that I should just block them all. Yeah, I like this guy. Yeah, block them all. I couldn't bring myself to do it, but I can feel their BS seeping into my mind and just ruining my mood. OP, you are not the beehole, and that seems like a whole pile of crazy you should just avoid and get away from. Your parents seem to be crazy. Their daughter, they made a crazy daughter. I don't know how you got out unscathed, because you rejected at 19. Smart, good on you. You found yourself a good man, and you seem to be killing it right now. Good for you. My advice to you, because at the end you said that this is seeping into you. It's really gonna get to you. It's poison injecting into your body, making things worse. It's gonna start messing with your mind. It might ruin your relationship because you might want to take out what's going on with you on your, good boyfriend. So if I was you, OP, I would take his advice and go cut them all off. Cold turkey, do not talk to them. They do not exist anymore because they obviously have a favorite, and she is yeah, she's kind of off in her own little world, thinking people were doing huge plots against her to not get the guy in high school, and that everything you did was going to destroy her. That is wild. But OP, no, you were not in the wrong. Cut them off. Cut them all off. They are not needed, and they are dead weight. And our next one comes from Emergency Roll 7792. Am I in the wrong for telling my husband he is an embarrassment? Hi everyone, this is my first time using Reddit, so cut me some slack. So I, a 25-year-old female, found out that my husband, a 26-year-old male, cheated on me with his coworker. He came clean to me a few nights because he felt guilty. He said it was a mistake, and it only lasted for a week. He said he loved me. Well, he obviously doesn't if he cheated, I'm just saying, but back to it. And she didn't mean anything to him. He wanted to work on our marriage, and he made a list of marriage counselors that we could see. Don't you love that? I always see it, the person who cheats wants to go to the counselor, but the person who's remained faithful has to go and get punished too? I don't know, it's just so lame to me, but back to it. He blocked her and turned in his 2 week notice so he could move to another job closer to where we live. He showed me all their texts and calls. He even sent her a text telling her that he didn't want to continue a relationship with her. When he told me he cheated on me, I felt numb. I wanted to cry, but I chose not to because he doesn't deserve to see me cry. I was so and still am incredibly angry at him. How could he throw out a relationship like that? All for some fun. That same night, I contacted a divorce lawyer, gathered all the texts that he sent her, and packed a bag and left to stay at my parents' house. When his parents asked why I left him, I told the truth. They were angry at him, but begged me to stay with him. I firmly told him that I was going to leave him, no matter how hard he tried to fix his mistake. In my eyes, my husband is now a cheater, and nothing can fix that. I completely agree with you, OP, but back to it. He knew I had a zero tolerance rule for cheating, and he broke that. Now he has to deal with the consequences, and a lot of our family members and friends know about his affair now. Some are asking me to reconsider divorcing him because of all the steps he took to reconcile with me. Oh my god, gross. But back to it. He's been blowing up my phone and reiterating that it meant nothing to him. Well then, I must have meant less than nothing if he was willing to pick her over me. I have no plans on filing for divorce on the grounds of adultery. I just want this to be quick and over so I can move and find someone actually loyal and not a complete piece of crap. Recently he called me, and against the advice of my lawyer, I picked up. He once again begged me to reconsider and said that I was the only woman in the world for him. I told him that it's best for him to get himself a divorce lawyer and to move on. He said he wouldn't do that because he believed our marriage was fixable. I told him that our marriage wasn't fixable because of how much of an embarrassment his infidelity was to me. I felt a little bad because he started to cry and apologize for hurting and embarrassing me. I just hung up. His parents called me and said that they understood where I was coming from, but my comment was inappropriate and hurtful. Oh my god, who cares? You called him an embarrassment. That's not even like a thing. That's a little soft tap insult. And he's a cheater. I don't care. You should be able to cuss him out to how your heart's content. Disgusting. In my eyes, cheaters are less than cockroaches, alright? But back to it. My sister thinks I'm being a beehole, and that I said it out of spite. So was I wrong? No, you're not wrong, and who cares if you said it out of spite? He cheated on you, and he was fine keeping it a secret from you until it finally got to him and he told you everything. What did he think would happen? Oh, I did this horrible thing, this horrible, unimaginable thing, but since I told you it, I'm sorry, you're gonna forgive me, right? Hell no. OP, that's one of my boundaries that if you cross it, done. I don't care how long we've been together, done. You could have cheated when we first got married and we're like 74 years old. If I found out you cheated during our marriage, done. And his parents are freaking losers. They raised the freaking loser. OP, no, you are not in the wrong. Get a divorce and ditch his arse. What a prick. And our final one is from Professional Weight 47. Am I wrong for leaving my husband because he works too much? I, a 27-year-old female, and my husband, a 28-year-old male, have been married for 6 years. We have a 5-year-old son, and I am 7 months pregnant. My husband is the CFO at his father's company, earning 8 figures, but works long hours. He's been working about 14-hour days, late nights, and weekends. Our son misses him, and I feel like a single parent. Last week, I told him how I felt, but he reassured me it was temporary. I asked if he could work a few hours from home more, but he didn't make any promises. Last night, I planned a family dinner for his birthday, but he came home late from a meeting. We had a huge fight, and I told him he cares more about his job than us. That same night, I packed some bags and took our son to stay with my parents. I love the lifestyle his job provides, but none of that matters if our family is falling apart. I need him to be present, especially with our second child. On the way, I feel guilty for leaving, but I need him to understand how serious this is. Am I the beehole? Yeah, you're the beehole. Look, that lifestyle ain't cheap. And you know how you get that lifestyle? By working yourself to the bone. If he's the CFO, he has to be the first one in and the last one to leave. Yeah, it's gonna be long hours. You sound like someone who married someone who's like a cop or in the medical field, like, oh, they're never home. They always gotta go to the hospital or go do cop things. Yeah, That's their job. When you saw that he was making 7, 8 figures, in this case 8 figures, you should have known this man has to work and put in the hours. And you're over there going, oh, I feel like a single parent. No, you don't. No, you don't. You probably live in a giant house. You could probably afford a maid, and you probably have really nice food that's, edible. You don't have to worry about where you're going to get your next meal. But you're over here, oh, my husband provides me with a roof over my head at a safe place for my children to grow up, and probably going to put them in really nice schools to help them get ahead in life. So OP, yeah, you're in the wrong. If you divorce him, send him my way. I'm not in the dudes who look like dudes, but I'll be a good wife to him. I'll keep that house clean, keep that, and keep him fed. You don't even know. You over here being ungrateful. 8 figures. Oh, I feel a little 8 figures. Girl, OP, yeah, you're the beehole and you're in the wrong. Ugh. Thank you for making it to the end of the video with me. And can you please do what I said in the beginning? And like, comment, and subscribe. It really and truly does help the channel out. It helps it grow, and it helps to get more videos like this. Velvet out.